There are so many weird mobs that we've never seen in Minecraft, and I can't wait to tell you all about them. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. It's me, Amanda. What is a mob you'd love to see make its way into Minecraft, or at least, get another chance at appearing if it's maybe only appeared briefly? Number 10, Beast Boy. What a weird mob. The Beast Boy mob was one that was reportedly used for testing purposes. It was never fully released in the game, being created by Hayden Doc Scott Barron before he left Mojang. As this name's mob implies, it was a mob that was based off of the character from DC Comics of the same name, Beast Boy, also known as Gar for short, which is actually short for Beast Boy's full civilian name of Garfield Logan. Beast Boy is a character who has been made popular through his affiliation with popular superhero team Teen Titans, known now in the comics as just Titans. They dropped the teen because, they've kind of grown up together, so not really teens right now. Beast Boy in Minecraft was a passive mob. Instead of the normal death animation, Beast Boy would simply disappear if killed and drop items. The items Beast Boy could drop included from common to rare, string, feather, gunpowder, and flint and steel. I mean, this would just be a cool one to see added to the game because I'm a big comic book fan, so seeing DC characters introduced into Minecraft as mobs, passive or otherwise, would be really cool for me. In fact, I would be much more inclined to play Minecraft more if Batman was a character in the game that I could interact with. Of course, Minecraft likely never had licensing rights for DC characters to appear, so they would of course have to figure that out first. And hence why this was also a test mob, and probably not officially called Beast Boy, but that's what we know it as. And friends, before we move on to the next spot, if you are loving what we do here at Top 10 Gaming, why not hit that subscribe button? In fact, you should do it. You should do it right now. It'll bring you 10 years of good luck. Number 9, the Monster of the Ocean Depths. The Monster of the Ocean Depths mob, also known as Barnacles, I love that. I love that they're known as Barnacles, were one of the mobs we could have seen added to the game following the 2017 mob vote. It was one of the options of the 4 mobs that you could vote for. This vote happened before we had information about what the focus of the update would be, which is wild because it actually turned out to be an update focusing on the oceans. So the ocean monster mob would have fit right in. However, Minecraft players and fans didn't know this prior to voting, and so it lost. But also, maybe it just lost because people didn't really like it. The ocean monster would still be an amazing mob though to see added to the game. It was described as being a fearsome monster of the deep, preying on players with its tongue or its tentacle. A lot of people call it a tentacle, but to me, it kind of looks like a tongue, which it could use to grab players in its area underwater, or even from the water's surface above, even being able to snatch players out of their boats and then drag them under, which is crazy. Sounds like it'd be a crazy thing to fight. Number 8, Termite. The Termite mob was basically an insect mob, or at least that is what it appeared to be. It was one of the proposed mobs to be added as part of the Savannah update, which would have happened had the Savannah biome been the one chosen as a result of the Minecon Earth 2018 biome vote. In 2018, players voted not on the specific mob that they wanted, but instead on the biome that they wanted to see updated, which would result in new mobs being added to that region. As it stands, the Savannah was not picked in the end, so no termites were added. Sadly. The termites were shown to move around on dirt blocks. Not much is known about them, but players assumed they would build their own little homes, possibly out of dirt, operating similar to bee mobs, who are known for making, of course, their own beehives. Termites would likely have been small and may have looked similar to ants in-game had players chosen to receive the Savannah update. I think there's actually a mod as well where you can add termites in, but they're not in the base, Number 7, Meerkat. The Meerkat mob was proposed as an addition via the Desert Biome update, were of course it to be updated as a result of the 2018 Minecon vote. It appeared to be a bit bigger than a block whenever it stood up on its 2 feet, and not much was really known about it. It looked pretty cool though. Some believed that when spooked, the meerkat would hide, being inherently a shy and cautious creature. Possibly as a result of the fact that it wasn't talked up too much by developers or players, the biome that it was a part of, the desert biome, was actually the first one to be eliminated from the Minecon Earth 2018 biome vote. Number 6, Vulture. Vultures were offered as a mob that would have been added to the game as a result of the 2019 vote if players had picked the Badlands biome to be updated. Vultures were flying mobs who like to fly around in circles in the sky, but when coming down to Earth often seem to most feel at home perched on top of cacti, which would have also been added with the Badlands update. The really cool thing about them is that they were actually able to loot the corpses of players, literally taking the loot off you once you died. In order to get your loot back, you would actually have to kill the vulture that took it. Unfortunately, the Badlands biome was the first to be eliminated in the Minecon Live 2019 vote. No one is here for the vulture. I like the vulture. I think the vulture is actually pretty cool. Number 5. The Great Hunger. The Great Hunger mob would have been the first lizard mob added to the game at that time, had it been selected. Its unique behavior caused it to sink into the ground to camouflage itself. When its mouth was open, it had the unique function of disenchanting any and all enchanted items tossed inside of it, which is kind of a weird thing to even do, really, but hey. Well, the Great Hunger ultimately did not make its way into Minecraft, as it wasn't the mob selected as a result of the Minecon 2017 mob vote. This function was incorporated into the game, the disenchanting function, not the camouflage mob function, which actually is pretty cool. As part of the Village and Pillage update for the Java edition of the game, the Grindstone was given this ability. With the Grindstone, you could disenchant enchanted items, though it wasn't a giant lizard or a mob, but instead simply a tool. And I'm pretty sure Grindstones don't camouflage and kind of operate like little sneaky bear traps. Number 4. Rana. Rana was a mob likely based on the video game character Jenny Sanderson from the game Chibi Robo, who was cursed by a frog, which seems to fit given her appearance with her little frog hat. Although honestly, if this is what it looks like when you get cursed by a frog, it's pretty cute, I gotta say. I would be cursed by a frog. This is a cute look to have. She was used for testing in development and was created by developer Hayden Doc Scott Barron for a new design for Minecraft that he was working on, just like, you know, Beast Boy. Beast Boy was also part of that. When Doc left, Rana was removed from the game, along with other similar mobs that Doc had made. Rana actually means frog in both Spanish and Latin. Rana in Minecraft apparently actually makes sounds when injured, which is kind of creepy. Although even stranger, these sounds appeared to be masculine, despite her seemingly female appearance. I mean, she looks like a little girl, but she made sounds like, oh, very strange. For some reason, that's what we were testing. Rana was not animated and so would glide around as she moved, apparently dropping apples and roses periodically as she did. Number 3. The Hovering Inferno. The Hovering Inferno, or the Wildfire mob, was designed to likely be a mini-boss and a nether creature. The Hovering Inferno was said to be a master blaze. While it was ultimately not picked to join the game, it had an interesting function that was ultimately incorporated. With the master blaze creature, it would have multiple shields around it, and it was believed that axes could actually be used to disable those shields, as that's typically a function for axes. Instead, shields became something added to mobs as a result of the Master Blaze design, incorporated into the game for other mobs as opposed to an exclusive ability for this mob, which, as I said, ultimately did not make it into the game. It had a really cool look though. The Hovering Inferno would have been able to spawn randomly in the nether alongside a bunch of blazes that you would then of course have to fight. Number 2. Ostrich. I love this one. I don't know why, I just really love it. Ostriches would be such a weird and delightful addition, I think, to Minecraft. Ostriches were proposed as an added mob in 2018, however, instead of players doing a mob vote, they were instead voting on which biome they wanted to see as the focus of that update. The ostrich mob would have been made available had players voted for the savanna biome, but as it lost, there were no ostriches added to the game. Wah wah wah. Ostriches would bury their heads in the ground, as real ostriches, I believe, are prone to doing. At least that's what I've heard they're prone to doing. I've never seen an ostrich do it. And some even believed they may have been made tameable if we had gotten them. So you could potentially have had the option to ride around on a strange ostrich mount, which I'm not going to lie, kind of sounds like it would have been really weirdly awesome. I want an ostrich mount, that sounds so bizarre. Number 1. Diamond Chicken. The Diamond Chicken has to be one of my personal faves. It appears as part of the 2013 April Fool's Minecraft update. So yes, it did appear in game, but only for a little while. The Diamond Chicken was believed to be a cave mob, capable of seemingly laying valuable items like lapis lazuli and of course diamonds. However, players believed that this this wasn't actually the chicken laying valuable gemstone eggs, but instead that the chicken, which was believed to be a cave mob, basically ate those materials but then couldn't digest them, so really you're picking up its gemstone poop. Diamond chickens also had an interesting way of behaving. When agitated, they would simply explode, similar to a creeper. Sadly, they were of course removed after April Fool's Day, as obviously their existence was not meant to be taken seriously. It wasn't an actual addition, it was just a joke. But bring the joke back. Give me the diamond chickens, you cowards. That's all the time we have for today. Man, now I want a little like diamond chicken figure, and I want it to like poop diamonds. That would be so cool. I hope you all have a great day, and until next time, keep on gaming on. Pew pew!